Well, howdy, loved ones. I am back again for part 2, 89 through 80 of the bloody, disgusting greatest horror movies of all time, the 100 greatest horror movies of all time. And with me again, the beautiful Miss Emily. What's going on, Emily?
Hi, how are you?
I am so good. Thank you for
Thank you for
coming on again.
well, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. So, have you got a chance to look at this list?
I did. I did do some research on this one.
More prepared than me. That's what I like
Uh,
about you. Somebody has to be professional on this show.
whatever.
Oh, sorry. Before we get into 89 through 80, tomorrow, my Sunday with Quad series, for those of you who are into the old Lorne Armstrong talk, I'm going to be on earlier. I'm probably going to be on about 6:30 Central. I definitely will not be on at 11 Central, so going to have to be on earlier because I'm going to be on the lull all day tomorrow night. So unfortunately, I have to switch my time slot. So about 6:30 tomorrow night for our stupid Lorne chat.
It won't be past my bedtime this time.
Yes, that's the only reason I'm switching it.
Oh, you're very kind.
Want to get Emily on there.
I'll catch more than like 15 minutes before I fall asleep.
Yes. All right, so we got that out of the way, my little personal business. So you ready for 89 through 80?
I am ready.
Let's do it. So
Let's do it.
we left off, I think the last one we talked about was your favorite
My favorite.
paranormal activity. Luckily, we don't have to talk about that again until
No.
something that we talked about after we get done with one through 10 or 10 through 1 actually. We are going to each do our personal list of our top 10.
Yes. I think that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be very hard, but
Yes,
it'll be a lot of fun.
that's what she said. So, of course, your number 1 is going to be Paranormal Activity, and mine's
Of
going to be Human Centipede 2.
Ugh.
Just so that we can
Ugh.
fight each other for 45 minutes.
Yes, I think that's a great plan.
It's going to be very confrontational.
It will be a fight to the death.
It will be. So we're going to start with 89, and 89 is High Tension.
High Tension. This is a very memorable one.
Yes, it is. More memorable, I guess memorable because, well, first of all, it was like, it's super, super gory.
It is. It is. It's very gory. It's in French, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. French, and I think when they released it in America, they dubbed it in English.
I think I saw it in 9th grade on a choir trip bus ride.
What the fuck?
Yes.
That's like the last movie you should be watching.
That's what I watched. One of my friends had it on DVD, and I was like, let's check it out. And I remember there was a lot that I remember from it. It was the first time I ever saw it implied that a child was killed.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Was it implied or was it shown? I thought they showed that.
It wasn't shown graphically, but
No.
it was. Yeah, you're right. It was shown in a way that you didn't actually see. Well, okay, I don't know how to explain it without spoiling it, but it definitely.
I guess we should put a spoiler alert in all of these.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing that I really vividly remember is that, and then necrophilia.
Right, of course.
Also something I'd never seen before, but I was
Wait,
also
you were in 9th grade and you hadn't seen necrophilia?
I know.
Where the hell did you grow up? The Bible Belt?
Weirdly enough. That, and then yeah, it was a wild ride.
So, for those of you who don't know what it is, basically the plot, it's from Alexander Aha, I think that's how you say it.
I think so.
And it's basically about these two girls who go to like the French countryside to see like one of their parents, and basically there's a crazy fucking trucker after them, and the trucker just walks around fucking killing everybody in sight.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, that's kind of the Cliff Notes version of it.
Yes. It does have a twist ending, and it does have a strong female lead, which I do like a lot.
Yes.
And it's not something that I think I had seen before either.
Right, especially, yeah, in a horror movie, yeah, probably not. What did you think about, I guess, I don't really want to say what the twist ending was. Well, I mean, if it comes out, you have nobody has anybody to blame but themselves. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
What did you think of the twist ending? Because I kind of thought it was, like, I thought it was cool at the time, and then when I reflected on it, I thought it was kind of fucking ridiculous. It kind of makes no sense.
Both, because I remember trying to rewatch the movie and think about what was really happening with the twist ending versus what you think is happening when you first see it.
Right.
And it was kind of hard to keep it cohesive.
Yeah. If you go back and watch it a second time, it makes less and less sense.
It does, yeah, but it's still good.
Yeah, still a great movie, and still, like, I love when any movie throws like twists in it, like, and even if they're not really that great of twists, I'm a big fan of the twist.
Yeah, absolutely, especially ones you don't see coming, and I don't think I saw this one.
I definitely did not see this one coming.
Yeah,
because through the running time of it, it's basically a kind of a straightforward horror movie.
It is.
You know, it's basically The Hitcher or, Halloween or one of these slasher movies.
Yeah, it's not real psychological throughout the whole thing.
No. And I from what I understand, like, when they first showed this, I think at Sundance or Toronto or one of these film festivals, this was actually a different version than that was released, because what they released at like Sundance or wherever it was like twice as gory as what.
Really?
Yes, and this is pretty fucking gory.
Yeah, it is. It is very brutal.
Yeah, so
I'd be interested to see the original.
Yeah, I don't know if the unrated version is the one on DVD or not, because I saw it on DVD or whatever as well. So I don't know, if it's any different than the R-rated version that was released.
May have to return to this one.
I might. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yes, but I don't know. I think that it is top 100. Definitely.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I would definitely put it.
One of the ones I agree with.
Yes. Yeah.
Not too high, but it's a little low.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a little low too. It's not top 10 material, I don't think.
No.
But it's a low. I mean, 89 is there better be some. Well, we're gonna get to 88. I don't even know how 88 is higher than this, but.
Okay, let's see what 88 is.
88 is Oculus. From Mike Flanagan, which is basically a scary mirror movie.
It is. I saw this in theater.
Did you really?
I paid money to see this.
Oh,
yes.
Boy.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's top 100. But.
So do you remember, like, what would you say, what's the movie about?
A haunted mirror.
Mirror.
A mirror that kills people, not in the way that the movie Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland kills people, but in a different way.
Yes.
I guess. It plays mind games with you. Right.
Yeah. It's basically a mirror that fucks with you.
Yes.
And it actually stars the Karen Gillan from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, it does.
Who, went on to be big star. Well, I don't know about a big star, but fuck, she's in Guardians of the Galaxy, so she's in Avengers movies, so that makes her a big star to me.
Big, yeah. But a mirror.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
It makes you go crazy or something. Spoiler alert, and I don't know.
Yeah, and again, if I remember right, because I don't remember this movie. I have like little to no memory of this movie at all, but wasn't there like a little twist ending at this? I know the last 30 minutes got like fucking crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember per se the ending, but I remember that it was just like a roller coaster ride at the end. It was just like, what else can you throw at me here?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It just goes completely apeshit in the last like half
Yeah.
hour.
Yes.
So you think too high? Or
way too high.
yeah.
I don't even think I would put it in the top 100.
Probably
to be
not.
honest. I'd be interested to know why they placed it this high.
Yeah.
on the list.
They in the article they don't really give a reason for why it's this high. They just kind of put it in there, and I mean, you know what? That's the thing, though. All these lists, and even when we get our top 10, it's all subjective.
Yeah.
I mean, some people like Paranormal Activity.
I mean,
Ridiculous as that might sound.
it has its good points.
Mm-hmm.
You like it, and you know it.
Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone how off the air I talk about how great it is, but I'm just trying to start trouble.
You have the poster.
I do. The poster is better than the movie.
No.
Yeah.
The poster makes it even scarier.
That's what I'm saying. The poster's better than the movie.
Ugh. Agree to disagree.
All right, we'll move on. We'll move on. Because number 87 is one that I think is way too low. And probably because I have more kind of a special connection to it. Just because of, where it takes place and where I'm from.
Okay.
And that is Candyman.
Okay, Candyman, yes.
That
is, yes, a very good one.
And which it basically is about a reporter who is unearthing this legend of the Candyman. If you say Candyman in the mirror, he comes out with his horde of bees, there's bees everywhere, and he comes out in his creepy hat and coat and
hook hand.
And his hook hand.
But I remember him being kind of sexy a little bit, when she summons him and he's like, "Be my victim," all husky sounding, and it was a little sexy.
Yeah, it has a little bit of he has a little bit of
a weird love story.
It is. It's got a little bit of an interview with a vampire kind of vibe to it.
Yes.
And I have a special connection to it just because it was filmed and I don't know if it was filmed, but it definitely takes place on the south side of Chicago in, I don't remember if it was Robert Taylor Homes or Cabrini Green.
I don't remember either. It's been a while since I've seen this.
It's one of the two, and which don't exist anymore. And
they were real places.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Cabrini Green. I mean, very notorious places. I mean, I think that's where when you think of impoverished, play. It's you think Cabrini Green and Robert Taylor. Robert Taylor might still be up. I don't know if it is or not. I know Cabrini Green is not up anymore, but it's the south side of Chicago is where Clawbah is from. I'm not from Cabrini Green or so I can't relate that much. But I mean, not far. It's 15 minutes for me to get there. So everybody in it's kind of one of those in Chicago. It's kind of like the Chicago horror movie,
Now, was it a real urban legend that they were talking about?
I don't think so. There's something we have Chicago urban legends, but I don't remember the Candyman being one of them.
Okay.
Because the Candyman is kind of like the Bloody Mary
it is.
urban legend.
It is. That's very cool.
So yeah, I don't know if and maybe it's a urban legend from that that talked about in those particular areas.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know. So yeah, I don't know if it's based on it's based on a short story, but I don't know if it's based on a urban legend that has made its way around the Chicago area.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know it was based on a short story. I'd be interested to read that.
Yeah, the short story is called The Forbidden.
The Forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. Thank you.
And that stars that's a Clive Barker movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm learning all this stuff. Goodness.
Let's see. Maybe it's not a Clive Barker. I could have just lied about that.
Oh.
I know it's written and directed by Bernard Ross.
Yeah.
So I don't I don't know if it's oh yeah, no, it's Clive Barker's short story. Okay, that's what it is.
Okay, very
Yeah, so
cool.
Clive Barker wrote the short story The Forbidden.
I will have to look that up. I have never read it.
And it has Virginia Madsen in it.
Yes.
Academy Award nominee Virginia Madsen. Chicago's own Virginia Madsen.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, this is pretty cool. So this is just a Chicago
This movie is Chicago as fuck. That's why like there's like 5 or 6 movies that like if you live in Chicago, there's no way that you haven't seen, like Ferris Bueller's Day Off and the Blues Brothers. Like they honestly show some of these movies in school.
Really?
I saw the Blues Brothers in school.
In school.
I don't know why. It has nothing to do with anything, but
I mean, that's academic at its core, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess they're like, okay, this is if you're gonna tell people from Chicago you're from Chicago, you have to say that you have to see the Blues Brothers.
For this.
So sit down, all you little fuckers. I think the teachers were probably just drunk and just wanted to show a movie.
Just needed a moment to themselves.
Yeah, that's probably it's probably more of that. But the Candyman is definitely like the Chicago horror movie.
That's so cool. I had no idea.
Yeah, so definitely I have a big affinity for. I would definitely not. I like it, but I really like it a lot. But it's not top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I
would
think
you put it higher?
No. Higher than what? Top 10?
Than what they put.
Oh yes,
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. It would probably make like it probably be my top 20 at least.
20. It is a classic.
It is.
It is a classic.
And a lot of it is probably because of, again, just my connection to it.
Not to be biased,
right?
But...
Well, I think we all have that, though. I'm sure
absolutely.
Sure we'll come across.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is near and dear to me, because I live in Texas.
There you go.
And I've seen families like that.
Have you really?
No,
oh my God. There is a family like that. The Stanley Kendall that Stanley Kendall family.
The Stanley Kendalls.
But yeah, no, I was God. That'd be the worst fucking family ever. I hope I would never go to. You almost made me afraid to go to Texas.
No, don't be afraid to come to Texas. It's just they're harmless.
Okay. Well, you live in a big city, so I wouldn't go to like rural Texas.
I would not want you to go to rural Texas.
Yeah. No, I'd go to a big city.
Probably for the best.
Yeah. So okay, so that was 87 Candyman. 86 Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1978 version.
Now this one I have not seen, but I did watch the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have any idea about what is going on in this movie. I get the core concept, but I don't.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I'm just like, what is happening?
Well, and it doesn't stray very far from the originals and all the other versions. It's basically you have these pod people or these pods that come down from outer space and basically just take over the human form.
Now, are they cloning people or are they taking over bodies that are already?
Yeah, no, they're taking over. They're taking over your body. Like they're. You're basically just a shell.
You're a shell.
You have this this alien that lives in you.
That's terrifying.
And it's a world domination type of a thing, where they just I think it's while you're sleeping they can enter your body and they can see who is one of them and who is not one of them.
Oh, okay. That makes it a little bit less well, I guess more frightening.
Mm-hmm.
And because I thought they were clones for some reason.
No,
this is a lot. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of being taken over, like demons or illnesses, aliens. That is like my number one fear, is being taken over and not being able to fight it.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yes, I'm with you. And basically it's that idea where your neighbor one day just starts acting weird, and all of a sudden you realize that like your
It's not your
neighbor's not your
neighbor
neighbor anymore. And and it stars Donald Sutherland's in it, Jeff Goldblum's in it.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah,
I love him.
Leonard Nimoy's in it.
Leonard Nimoy, yes, I remember reading that.
I think it might have been one of Jeff Goldblum's first movies, actually.
I'm gonna have to see that. Who doesn't love Jeff Goldblum?
Oh, he's the best, man. He's the best.
He is the best.
And again,
he's married to an Emily. So
is he really?
Yes.
Good for him.
So that means
you're technically married to
Jeff
Goldblum.
I am. Yes.
You can tell people that.
I can.
And you're best friends with Tracy Lords.
I mean, we hang out all the time.
Yep. I saw that. And again, this is another one that has a bit of a twist ending.
It does. Have you seen it?
I have.
Oh, okay.
I have. And the I don't want to spoil the twist ending, but if you go on to a lot of these lists, like Watch Mojo and stuff like that, when they talk about like the 10 great horror movie twist endings and stuff, this is always right near the top of it.
Is it worth seeing?
Definitely. I mean,
okay.
I guess now that I told you, you're going to be kind of looking out for it.
Well, no.
But
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that you don't see coming, and like I can just imagine like when it came out, like people were like, "Oh fuck, what the hell?" Yeah.
Wow. Would you put this in your top 10?
This version, no. In fact, no. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is probably one of my favorite. Like, it seems like every time they do a version of it, it's always really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite, like, continuing like series. Like, you know how there's a bunch of different Draculas and a bunch of different Frankensteins or whatever. This is like the one where there's a bunch of different Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and I like all of them.
They're all good.
Yeah, the original is the best, obviously. But like, there's one with Nicole Kidman that's really good. There's one. God, who was in it? Was it Harvey Keitel? I don't remember. There was one from not very long. No, it might have been like the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think they're all very good. This is probably one of the better ones. And it's like on par with the original. I don't think it's going to make my top 10, but it might. It could. Well, this version won't make my top 10.
Now, would you place it any higher or lower than it is on the current?
Oh, definitely higher.
Higher?
Yeah, I mean it's 86. That's pretty low.
Yeah, I mean considering where Oculus was and Paranormal Activity. But I'll have to check it out. It sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, it's very good. Definitely recommend it. So 85 is probably, I don't think either one of us has seen this one. And it's called Alice, Sweet Alice.
I have not seen it, but I did watch the trailer, and it interests me enough to read the synopsis, but I did not watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it's an early slasher movie from 1976.
It is.
With a like really creepy looking fucking killer with like it's almost like the killers from The Strangers with that like.
Yeah, The Strangers, a little bit of the Purge mask.
Yes, yeah.
Like just creepy generic mask.
Yeah, with his like yellow raincoat.
Yes. It has Brooke Shields in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a child killer movie. It's a child as the killer, which is not something I think had been done.
Yeah, I don't
before,
know when the Omen came out. If the Omen came out before or after this.
I'm not sure.
And then I think Rosemary's Baby, but that's kind of different.
A little.
Yeah. So.
But it would be one if I had maybe like a rainy day. Not something I'd rush out to see, but.
Yeah, and I imagine it might be a little bit hard to find. I don't think it's on Netflix.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to research that, but and it was directed by somebody named Alfred Soule, who I've never heard of.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, it's just a slasher murder mystery. Oh, it's got a little bit of a mystery thing to it going on to it. That's a kind of a continuing theme of these
Twist endings.
Yeah, 89 through 80. A lot of twist endings going on here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if anybody knows a little bit about this movie, just please leave a comment because
Yeah, absolutely.
we have no fucking idea.
We are lost.
Yes, but we do both know a lot about number 84. I think. I haven't talked to you about this, so I know I do. And 84 is You Are Next.
Yes, I loved this movie.
Me too.
Loved it.
One of my favorites.
Oh my goodness. Such a great, I wouldn't call it a comedy.
No.
But
No.
It's very clever.
It is.
There are funny parts to it, which, I really appreciate in a horror movie. It kind of takes the edge off when you have that little silly moment.
Yeah. You know how I've always thought of this movie is like a slasher version of Home Alone.
Yes.
Because she sets up these really ridiculous traps for these these people and
the reasoning for her ability to do that, while you're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool. But thinking about it after watching it, you're like, what the hell?
Well, I mean, didn't they explain she's like a
she comes from like a survivalist family.
Right, yeah. So it does kind of make sense that she would be able to do stuff like this.
But it's just something you just accept right away in the movie rather than being like, now wait a second.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just that kind of movie that it's just really fun and different. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a movie I love, and what it basically is this girl goes to her new boyfriend's family's house for, I don't know if it's I think it's Christmas or Thanksgiving, something like that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, people just start getting picked off.
In really bizarre ways.
Right, like random arrows going, through a window into somebody's head.
And all of the killers have like little forest animal, cute little masks.
Yeah, just like what do you call it? Just like
a
Purge.
Little bunny.
Yeah. Yeah, they're adorable.
They are pretty cute, but they're terrifying in the same way.
Right.
It's like, oh my god.
And again, there's a little bit of a twist in this movie.
There's a twist, exactly.
And I'll tell you, I really think there was such a bad period of horror movies that and I think it's starting to come around again with this and the new version of It and the Conjuring movies. I think there's a lot of new I think horror is kind of having kind of a resurgence right now.
Like a growing up almost rather than catering to the PG-13 audience.
Right, which is where it was going for the longest time. And I really like the way it's going right now.
I do too. I'm excited for the future.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
Optimistic.
Yes, me too. And the actress in it is excellent. Her name is Shammy Vincent.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's another strong female lead, and I think is really great not to be.
Which is also a kind of a recurring theme. A lot of that is going on in a lot of the newer horror movies with You're Next and Don't Breathe and what's the other one? What is it called? Oh man, it's just killing me. What the name of it is not. I keep wanting to say You're Next, and that's obviously not it. Oh, It Follows. It Follows. That has.
It Follows. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming with great female leads, like strong female leads,
which is hard to do without making it too go girl go.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of bad for me to say, but without it getting cheesy.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of going back to it kind of reminds me of Sigourney Weaver in the Alien movies.
Exactly, just strong and I'm gonna kick ass.
Yeah, badass chicks, fucking kicking ass.
Kicking alien ass.
Who doesn't love that?
Who doesn't? Now, would this be on your top 10?
I don't know. You?
It's a tough one. It's tough. It might be top 15.
Yeah, I really have to think about my top 10.
Yeah.
Neither one of us. I don't think either one of us has a top 10 right now.
No.
We both know our like top, our number ones,
Absolutely.
and like maybe our top 5, but like just sit and think about top 10. I don't think either one of us has an idea of what we're going to put on there yet.
No, not really. That's why I keep asking you.
Yeah, and I keep thinking about it. So if it was like my top 5, I would know. But it's definitely my top 5 is probably going to be very, very. Once we get to the top 10 in this list, you're going to see a lot of my top 5s on there.
Okay.
And I think maybe the same with you, kind of.
I don't know. I haven't looked all the way up the list. I still am holding back.
Yeah, well, I don't think your number 1 is. In fact, I know your number 1 is not in the top 10. So.
Well, my number 1 was Paranormal Activity.
Right,
so.
right. Yes. Ugh.
But it made the list.
It did make the list somehow. Your whole top 10 is going to be the whole Paranormal Activity series.
It's the franchise, really, and it's in reverse order. So the last Paranormal Activity
number 1 is going to be Ghost Dimension. Great.
Yes, Ghost Dimension is my number 1.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Oh my lord.
We're going to lose all of our credibility.
All y'all are gonna.
We're gonna have no credibility
None.
when we get to our top 10s and it's just us fucking with each other.
They're gonna be like, "Why did we listen to this?"
Yeah, exactly. What a waste of time. Start talking about Lorne again, Clawbah, idiot.
What did they?
Dingbat.
Dingbat. Yeah.
Greatest comment I ever got. So number 83 is one that I cannot believe is as low as it is, because it's iconic, and it's the 1931 Dracula.
Okay.
The Universal monster movie, the Bela Lugosi Dracula. I don't know that we really need to talk too much about this because like everybody's seen Dracula.
How could you not have seen Dracula?
But it's amazing to me that it's so low on this list.
It is very low.
Yeah.
I would at least expect top 30.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean,
especially considering what it spawned,
Yeah, it's a classic. I don't know what more to say beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, and how influential it was. I mean, you got to remember this movie was made in 1931.
Yeah.
So, what's come
else
since?
Was out in 1931?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they barely had sound in movies in 1931. I think I don't remember when the first sound movie was.
I don't either.
But it wasn't too.
Couldn't have been too far before.
I wouldn't think so. No. I mean, the first sound movie was Jazz Singer, which I think was in the 20s. So. Yeah, I don't know how, and like everybody thinks, everybody knows Bela Lugosi as
absolutely
Dracula.
He's iconic and
yes. And I have a feeling I don't remember, but I'm almost positive there's going to be like versions of Dracula that are going to be higher on the list than Dracula.
That would be interesting to see. I wonder. Well, no, because the Dracula, there was already a Dracula on the list.
Right, but there's probably, I mean, how many versions of Dracula have there been?
A ton.
Yeah, so there might be a version that's ahead of this.
I'd be interested to see.
Yeah, and interested to see how they justify that as well.
Right?
Like, you put the original Dracula, the one that started it all.
Original.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you're gonna put like, Interview with a Vampire ahead of it. It's like,
if they do that, I'll be a little disappointed.
I would be too.
But
I haven't seen. I don't remember the list. This list is I've seen all of it, like the movie, like I went through it, but I don't remember them. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And then you just kind of took a cursory look at like the list.
Yes, very cursory.
Yeah.
Don't want to spoil it.
Right. Yeah. We wanted to get your honest, like what you like. I wanted to hit you with these.
just being honest.
I'm being honest, sir. Okay, so 82 might be on my top 10, actually.
Okay.
82 is a movie called May that not a lot of people have seen.
May is a very obscure movie. I saw it on IFC at like 2 a.m, I think.
Right. No, but best time to watch it.
Yeah, probably the only time that it's available on television. But
yeah.
It is really good. It's very it's kind of like a twist on Frankenstein and Pinocchio.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you like about it?
I just like, I don't know. I just like the way that they made it, the way that they kind of like amped up they started like kind of like it reminds me a lot of Carrie in that.
Okay, I could see that.
That it's like they start kind of slow, and you see that there's something definitely wrong with this girl, but
you're not quite sure what.
Yeah, you don't know where it's gonna go, and then it gets a little creepier and a little creepier, and then she starts doing like really fucking weird things, and then she just starts doing even weirder things, and then the end just goes fucking batshit crazy.
Exactly. That's a good way to describe it. It's definitely one I would recommend to people if they're interested in seeing something a little different.
I saw this movie at the theater, and
really,
yeah, I had no idea what it was about, and it was like it was in like 2 theaters in Chicago. It was like, and I was the only person in there probably.
I mean,
but I kind of seeked it out because it was getting a lot of really, really great reviews, and I loved it. And it was Angela Bettis, who has been doing a lot of like low key horror movies lately, a lot of like independent horror movies, and she was also in a version of Carrie. Coincidentally,
yes, she was. Yes, she has a very spooky girl look about her that I just love.
She does. And,
she is the perfect spooky girl.
Yeah, she is excellent in this movie.
She does it well.
Yeah, and she basically carries this movie because she's in every fucking scene of this movie.
Yeah.
So she
another strong female lead.
Right.
Albeit very spooky.
Well, I mean, strong. She's well. I guess so. She's basically
main female lead.
Yes, I mean she does a great. It's a great performance. But yeah, she's basically just an outcast, a weirdo, like in this movie, and she just doesn't fit in, and she starts to get fucked with by people who, she wants to be friends with these people and whatever, and she just can't do it,
It's a little sad. It's kind of heartbreaking at times.
Because, it really is, yeah.
Everybody knows someone kind of like this girl, and it's like you kind of look at them differently after this.
Yes, yeah, you really do, and it also has Anna Faris in it. I think this is pre-Scary Movie Anna Faris, or no, I'm sorry, it was post-Scary Movie Anna Faris.
It was. Yes, she is in it, and she is very mean.
Yes, yeah, and
It's weird to see.
Yeah, and. There's some lesbian stuff with Anna Faris and this girl, this Angela Bettis. For those of you who like that,
who could pass that up?
You ain't kidding. So yeah, and then there's also like something that really creeped me out. Every time I think about this movie, that there's a scene where like she shows like this independent movie, like the guy who she's dating.
The date. Yes.
Yeah, he shows this independent movie that he made, and it's like a cannibal movie.
They start kissing. It's where they kiss, and then it gets even crazier.
Right, and they start chewing each other's faces off.
Eating each other.
Yeah, and it all with I can't remember what the song was, but Wooly Bully or one of those like old 50s songs. But it's really a fucking creepy little movie in the movie. You know what I mean?
It is. It's. I don't know. It makes you uncomfortable.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly how I would describe it.
Like it's like a uncomfortable laugh movie, but you're not even comfortable enough to laugh at it. You're just uncomfortable. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. And did we say it has like a little bit of a twist ending as well?
I would say it does.
Yeah, I think we got a recurring theme going on here.
Very reoccurring. I like this.
But a Some people like hate the fucking end. I liked it. I liked where they took the end.
I liked it too. I think that it was a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
It may have been predictable, but
it made sense. It made sense. And Bloody Disgusting says it boasts one of the loveliest final shots in movie history.
Ooh.
So they were behind it.
They were, wow.
So
okay,
they're with it.
I would put this in my top 15. I don't know about top 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure about top 10. It's going to be close probably, but
absolutely,
it's way up there. If it's top 10, it's like in the 10-9 region. You know what I mean?
It would possibly be my honorable mention.
I could see that too. It might be one of my honorable mentions as well. Like I said, we haven't really thought about this too much. But yeah, definitely a movie worth checking out. Creepy as fuck. Might be a little slow for some people though.
Yeah, a little slow, but it's it's definitely worth it if you like a good slow burn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now number 81 is not. I haven't seen it. I don't know if you have, but it's called Deep Red, and it's Dario Argento.
This is one I have not seen, and I feel terrible that I haven't seen it because I hear about it so often when I read these top lists or top scariest movies. I watched the trailer. This has got to be one of the most brutal movies ever, just based on what I saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
Just brutal.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about what. Were you able to tell what it's about from the trailer? Because
no.
Okay.
I think there's a killer, and well, I know there's a killer.
Yes. Well, they say it's a murder mystery coated with blood, but offering a compelling story that allows it to stand out from the crowd of copycats that follow later.
Oh my goodness! This is one that I have to find.
Yes, me too.
I would recommend watching the trailer. It is just beyond brutal. And it has creepy clown toy in it.
Oh, fuck. If you like creepy clowns.
I mean.
And surprisingly, like, this is a Dario Argento movie, and this one is placed higher than Suspiria.
That is, I'm even more interested in seeing it because of that.
Yeah, I mean.
Is this before or after Suspiria?
That's a good question. Let me see. Because this was 1975. And Suspiria was okay. So this is after this. Suspiria was 1977.
Okay.
And it's got the same kind of look, from what I can tell, as Suspiria. The kind of, the really bright colors, the really vibrant like reds and blues, and
the score on it, based on the trailer, is pretty incredible. So
which is
really interesting.
Yeah, which is kind of a reoccurring theme in Argento's work, I would say. Just the photography and the scores and just the odd shots and stuff like that.
Yeah, so definitely one I'm gonna check out.
Yes, yeah, me too. I'm gonna have to find it. A lot of these movies, that's the thing, a lot of these movies are probably kind of hard to find.
Yeah, so if you find it, let me know.
Yes, right back at you. If you can if you can get it somewhere, tell your friend Clawbah.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then we're going to close up with The Others, number 80, The Others, with Nicole Kidman.
Meh.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. But again,
one thing I remember is loud background, very quiet dialogue.
Right.
That's all I remember.
Yeah, I mean, and basically what this is, it's basically Nicole Kidman and her family are in this house that like this, and it takes place, I guess, what was it, in the 50s or the 20s? I don't know, like back
during
in the day.
A war.
Okay, yes.
I think.
And there's just weird shit happening in this house. It's basically a ghost story.
It is, and it's another twist ending movie.
That's exactly right. One of the famous sequences, the "I Am Your Daughter" sequence.
Yes, that
was pretty cool.
I remember that. That was pretty cool. I will give it that. But I'm just not. I wouldn't place this high.
No. I mean, I think,
if at all.
yeah, yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, top 100. Okay, okay. I mean, I wouldn't put it in my personal top 100, but I can see
No,
why it would be in a top 100. You know what I mean?
it is a classic ghost story,
Right,
which
and
is
it was very highly critically acclaimed. Um,
maybe I need to go back and rewatch it. I just don't. I don't
yeah.
have a lot of feelings about this
I
one.
don't. I honestly don't either. I mean, you know what? I agree 100% with you when you said meh, because that's kind of how I thought when again, a really really great ending,
Yeah.
but like the Sixth Sense to me has like that great twist ending. But if you go back and watch it, you realize what a fucking boring ass movie it is.
It is. It's a slow burn with very little climax.
Right.
That's what you said.
It's
But
basically a movie that exists for the ending.
yeah, and the ending is the way that it's given to you. It's just like, oh, by the way, here you go.
In this or Sixth Sense?
Both of them.
And both. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Good point.
It's not like a what are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sixth Sense was a little bit like that.
Okay, that one, but Sixth Sense, I'll give you that. But this one is more like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, and I think this thing suffered from Sixth Sense just because. Well, I guess I'm kind of spoiling it if you saw Sixth Sense, but it's you know, you see the ending and you're like, oh, okay, I remember that from 2 years ago or whatever, you know. So
Yeah.
but I mean, again, it's Nicole Kidman, and she got nominated for a Golden Globe for this, and
Oh wow.
she, you know, a lot of people have a great affection for this movie, especially
I may
like
have
critics.
to go back and watch it.
Yeah, yeah, I think they might be like, and again, it's really atmospheric, and it's really shot very well.
Mm-hmm.
And they use like the score is really good and great performances, but you know the story is just kind of meh, meh. And for a horror movie, which is what we're talking about, I mean, I don't know.
Maybe as a thriller.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
but it's still
or just
a ghost
even a
story.
drama, maybe. It's
Yeah.
like more like a drama with horror elements. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All
I don't
right.
know. I'll have to revisit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what? I say that, but I'm not going to revisit this.
I might. It's Halloween season.
Yeah, but there's so many other. I could watch Paranormal Activity, man. I could watch Human Centipede 2.
You would. No. No.
I'd rather watch Human Centipede 2 than
You would really
this.
rather watch Human Centipede 2.
I don't hate Human Centipede 2.
You don't. Okay.
I don't hate it.
We need to have a talk.
Yes, yeah. We'll fight off air.
All right.
I don't like it. It's not a good movie.
No, it's not a good movie.
I'm not going to defend it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, I can't defend it. It's a piece. It's shitty. But it's, you know, it knows what it is. You know.
It does. Do you know the director or the writer director of that movie? He makes art, and his art is just as bad as Human Centipede 2 because it's just for shock value.
Yeah, I believe it. And again, yeah, I that's what Human Centipede 2 is. It's just a movie for shock value.
Ugh.
But I thought there was like some, you know, funny stuff in it.
Funny.
Yeah. I got a sick sense of humor.
All right. Well, okay, to each their own.
And then Human Centipede 3, they just really they.
I didn't even bother.
I didn't see it either, but I'm just judging because it has like Eric Roberts and shit in it. So like I think they went full Sharknado with Human Centipede 3.
Now I love Sharknado.
Yeah,
I
well,
love a good Sharknado.
Sharknado knows what it is, though. That's what I'm saying with like Human Centipede 3. It knows that it's a piece of shit, and it's just kind of celebrating its shittiness.
Be a polished piece of shit.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Okay. Maybe I should have more affection for that piece of the shit.
I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna defend. I'm not gonna defend Human Centipede 2. Although it's gonna be number 1 on my top 100.
Oh my god.
Or my top 10. Shit, we can't do the top 100.
No, I don't.
That would
I
take
would
us
not
15
be able
years.
to get that. Yeah.
It's going to be hard enough for us to do top 10, right?
Right?
So, yeah, the top 100 ain't happening. All right, so I think we're going to stick a fork in this broadcast.
All right. It has been a pleasure.
Emily, always a pleasure to talk to you. And we're going to be
you.
looking to for some, I'm looking through 79 through 70.
Do we have some good ones?
We have some great ones. Some great ones.
Oh, beautiful.
A few that I haven't seen again.
Okay.
So I'm probably a little too unprofessional to be doing these, but you know what? Fuck it. I want to do them, so I'm doing them.
It's fun.
Yeah, and I get to talk to my good friend Emily.
Oh.
It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
All right, guys. So like I said, I will be back on, I don't know if I'll be streaming before then, but for sure I will be on streaming tomorrow with my usual like Lorne nonsense. And Emily, thank you as always.
Well, thank you for having me. It's
always a pleasure to talk to you. Always a pleasure to talk to you. You were amazing. You got a lot of love from people in the for the last video. So
well, thank you. That means a lot to me. I'm very shy.
Make sure you show Emily some love in the comment room.
So sweet.
And hopefully you'll be starting a channel soon.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm trying to talk her into it. Trying to talk her into it.
It's possible.
Yeah. Well, I hope so. All right, people. I will talk to you all soon, and have a good night. I'll leave my cam on for you.